Hi everyone, welcome back to my Animal Crossing New Horizons series. This is part 55. Last episode we went ahead and decorated different parts of my island around my museum. In this episode I have decided to go ahead and finally decorate the front of my museum, which I'm super excited about. So let's quickly get into this episode and see what we have. As usual, we have a broadcast from Isabel. Let's see if we have anything special. Ooh, I'm surprised that we have Red once again on our island. After all, we did have him in the last episode. Either way, I'm pretty happy to have him on my island, as we will be able to complete the art museum as soon as possible. I think right now I have half of the museum completed. There are a lot of artifacts that I was able to find, and I'm still trying to find some offline as well. Seems like we have a couple of mails today, so let me quickly go ahead and get the presents from them. Surprising to see Freya giving us a present. Let's see what it is. And it's a headband. Ooh. I guess I could try wearing the headband. There we go. That actually looks really pretty. So let me quickly go ahead and try to see if I have an outfit that will fit with this headband. Here we go. This is my outfit for today. I know it's not completely the same, but can't deny that pink and blue goes so well. So here we have this. Now, I was talking about crafting some DIY recipes offline. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to actually do that. So I'll try to use all of the items I already have on me and see how that goes. As for today, let's quickly go ahead and check out our map, see what we have. Anyway, you see brown color patches on the map is where I have already decorated. So it seems like we have definitely decorated at least half of my island, which is pretty cool. I'm super excited to go ahead and decorate the rest of it as well. For now, let's quickly go ahead and visit Sherry. She is the new villager that I did have on my island. Unfortunately, I am not able to catch her inside her house, no matter when I am playing or what time of the game it is. For some reason, she is always outdoors, and it's a bit difficult for me to go ahead and get to see her house. Anyway, right here, I'm just going ahead and destroying these 4 platforms, or these 4 smaller cliffs. Initially, I thought they looked super cool, but this is the only place in my island where I have this kind of design with the cliff itself, and I didn't feel that it would actually look good when I do see my map. So I'm just gonna go ahead and destroy this for now. Also, at some point in the future, I'll go ahead and craft another cliff here to kind of replace it, as we do have quite a huge area right here which has so much more potential. I also decided to go ahead and extend this cliff right here just to see how it would actually look if it's much closer to the cliff on the left side. There we go, that should be enough. I'll go ahead and fill up the rest of these places. One of the main reasons of why I did this was that initial design that I did have for this island had a hidden path that was going to that secret cove right there in the back. Unfortunately, when the first time I did create all of these cliffs, I wasn't able to completely make my design the same as what I had in my app. So I'm just going to try and attempt it once more. Hopefully this time it will actually look much better than the last one. There we go. There is still a huge area behind here, which I think I'll be able to kind of cover up with a number of trees. I don't really have to have cliff over there as well. As for the pathway in between these 2 cliffs, I decided to have this single cliff initially, but as you can see here, I felt that it wouldn't really look that good, so I'm just gonna go with a basic design. In this case, the basic design would be just 4 layers of cliff and me just going ahead and rounding them out at the edge and having 2 waterfalls in the either side of this cliff itself. Right now, there is a huge massive space in between, which by the way is still looking quite awkward. Although I wasn't really sure what to do with it, so I just left that huge space as it is. To be honest, I really don't have the decoration ready for all the areas of my island, and I don't know if I mentioned this before. Usually when I go ahead and decorate a part of a path, I just do it on the basis of what I feel at that moment. Now, if it does look good on my very first try, I will let that area be. If not, I go back to it offline or in the next episode and change up a couple of items and change up the cliff or the decoration design itself. In this case, I'm just checking out all of the paintings that Red has. I don't think he has any genuine ones this time, but I guess it's a good try to go ahead and just check it out. But I'm not gonna buy this one either. I think I already have this painting in the museum. The wistful painting though I don't have, but I'm hoping this one is actually not a fake. It seems like Red is actually selling a lot of fake items these days. Yep, this one's a fake as well. The earring is a star instead of a circle, so I guess I can't buy this one either. I really wish he would bring more genuine paintings. I've seen a lot of times that he does bring genuine paintings or genuine statues, but those are the ones that I've already bought. So at the end of the day, it's pretty bad since I won't be able to kind of buy them either. I mean, I'm not planning to use duplicate items in front of my museum, so there is no use of me buying those genuine items a second time. At least we do have evergreen ash here, which is definitely an item that I love using at this point. I think this is one of those beautiful items that goes well wherever you place it. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy a couple of them. Now before we go ahead with decorating the front of my museum, I decided to go ahead and add this rivulet right here. This is just me trying to salvage this whole wide area. Hopefully I'll be able to come up with an idea for this one in the future. Alright, so here we are. This is the pathway leading up to the museum. Now you might see that I did make a couple of changes. I added a couple new items, moved around some stuff, and here is the item that I really like. It's actually a bamboo doll, and I think this one looks so much better. There we go. If you're wondering on which item I replaced for that bamboo doll, it's actually a curved street light, which is a really good item but not something that I would use for that spot. Anyway, here we are on the cliff where we have our museum. I am gonna be decorating this huge cliff right here in this episode. Hopefully we'll be able to get everything set and ready. The first thing is that all the bamboo trees have completely grown. The main reason for this is because it has been 2 to 3 days offline. I did wait for all of these bamboo trees to be fully grown before I did start this episode. Now that the trees are fully grown, I think we'll have ample time to go around and decorate this whole area as we like. The main thing for this area is that I will not be using that many trees. I actually want this museum entrance to be visible, and I think having less amount of trees will actually make it much easier. I'm also going to be using a couple of items which I already have in my pocket. Hopefully we'll be able to decorate this whole area with just those. If not, I'll go back in the future and just get some other items. There you go. I'm just gonna be doing random designing. That means I'll not focus on one particular space, but go around everywhere just like what I'm doing here. I think as I go through around here, if I do find that a design that I have already done doesn't look that good, I can go back to it and change it up immediately. Now the goal for this small area right here is to, like I said before, have a small chair and have a sitting area to kind of see the waterfalls down. I think I'll be achieving it by removing a couple of these fences as well as shrub and moving some things around. Maybe that way I'll be able to have a chair over here. I think in my previous island I had a higher platform just like this one, and instead of having the museum here I actually had the campsite. If I do look at my current design, I should say the museum and campsite locations have been swapped. The area and the design what I used for campsite is what I had used for my museum, but I'm actually trying to avoid whatever I used for my campsite to be used right here for the museum. Maybe I'll be able to make do with all the items I have and have this location look much better. Just like the red chair that I actually found right now. It's a throwback mitten chair, and I think this will go very well with the bamboo showcase that I have right next to me. Let me try decorating this small area according to this chair and see how it goes. I definitely do need a path that will actually go up to this chair. There we go. I'm gonna use my trusty stone path, which I really like using. I also think it would look better if I'm facing towards the camera, and that means I might have to move some of these items. There we go. That should look good. I just pasted a flower design here, and there we go. This looks way better than before. Now that we have that done, I definitely need a pathway that will come to it. But before I have that, I have to have a path for the museum from the log stairs. So that's what I'm gonna do first. Now I did say before that I will not be using this green dark path, but it looks so good. I can't just help myself just using it. So I'm just gonna try using this one for the museum. I mean, at least to justify this, it's a smaller path and not like the longer one that we had in the beginning of the island. There we go. Just one more needed here at the end, and I think we'll be good with this path. Now from this path I do have to have couple different of them that are going around. One of the path that goes down to the ocean as well as the lighthouse. The other path is going to this carrot starter right here, which I think what I'll be working with first. I also need a pathway that will go to the red mitten chair that I have there. Maybe once I do have this path ready, I'll be able to then work with the other ones. I also have to have the fountain that was right here in the center. So I have to see how it will actually look before I complete this path itself. There we go, that is the fountain. Might have to erase this and have it right in the center. There we go. Now that it's actually in the center, I'll be able to have this path all the way around, and that should actually look much better. Now this fountain right here actually has the marble design. Initially I was going for a dark brown design which would actually go well with the other designs around here, but I just couldn't help just seeing this marble design. I mean, it looks so beautiful. So for this one time, I'll go with a design that I really like instead of a design that would actually fit the island. But there we have it. This is gonna be the path. I'm just gonna make it like a two-way path so that there are two sets of stone paths that are going around. But that is all on that. The next thing I decided to do is add some fences as well as decorate the other part of this area. Definitely need a pathway here as well. In this case, a pathway to the back. I tried adding a washroom here, which I think will actually look good if it's at the end. So let me quickly go ahead and place it over there. Ooh, I should have just removed it and placed it here, which for some reason I did not want to do. And I did it right here. Let me try that one once again. There we go. This is the bathroom stall. And I guess we can have a pathway, like a stone pathway that's actually making its way to that. The first thing I did was add the evergreen ash, which I just bought in this episode right next to the museum. I think it's a perfect item to have at the entrance. But after this, I realized that I actually have to have a pathway here. Before that, I went ahead and planted 2 shrubs. As for the item that was right there, I'll place it in the front. Now that I have that set up, I think I'll be finally able to add a stone path all the way around it. This also reminds me, I have to actually decorate the bamboo trees themselves, so I might have to do that. Before I do anything else, I definitely wanted to cover up the back part of this museum. As you can see, there is a strip of small path which players can randomly access, and I do not want that, so I'll go ahead and plant some shrubs here to avoid people from coming behind. As for the edge, I'll go ahead and plant a carrot. There we go, that is good over there. For this side, I actually wanted to use the wooden shed, which is a really cool item. It's a DIY recipe I was able to find, and this item actually is pretty difficult to craft. It needs 30 different kinds of woods, as well as I think iron and rock. I'm not really sure, but I really wanted to use this item. It's an item that will help you access your storage wherever you want. In this case, having it right next to the museum will make it much easier for me to just come here, get the fossils or any other paintings out of my storage right here and give it to the museum. I don't really have to carry it all the way from my home, which is very helpful. Once again, I did find another item. This one is a floor seat. I think this is a really cool item, which once again I'll go ahead and use in my decoration. I think I'll be able to use it right here. So let me quickly go ahead and apply this dark path patch around this tree and then use that item. I also think the wooden shed would look good right next to this tree, so I will see how I can actually place it here. Now usually when I am actually designing or decorating such a huge area, I tend to take a lot of time, which means I do actually skip out a part of this video. But lately, since I am having so much fun decorating my island, I feel like I can actually share this whole video with you all. Alright, there we go. Just a few more decoration to be added for this tree before I can actually place the wooden shed. To be honest, I'm not sure if I want to place the wooden shed right next to the tree. Just in case in the future if I did need more cherries, I will actually lose out on them if the items are actually blocking it. Anyway, I think I can actually place it in front of it. But before that, let's see what item I can use here before I place it. This one is a different potted plant. As you can see, the flower is actually purple. I customized it to have that color. You can either have yellow, white or purple flowers on it. Initially I wanted to have the shed there, but it actually blocks a part of the museum, so I thought that I should actually have it somewhere else. Let's see here and turn it around. There we go. This one is much better. I also can have a pathway that's coming up to the shed, so I could actually have that decorated around here. Now that I do have the shed as well as the potted plant placed, I'll go ahead and create a path that is gonna join up to the other stone path that's right there. This will also make it much easier for me to connect the stone path to the red mitten chair. There we go. Just gonna add a flower here. I think I might have to add a couple of flowers around here as well, and that should look good. I guess I do have to block people from running around here, so I'll go ahead and try to add a couple of fences as well as a couple other items such as potted plants. I think that will make it look much better. At this point I realized that we did have the curved street light, so let me use it right here. I think it will make it look good, especially when it's actually dark. As for right behind the curved street light, none of these items would actually make it look good. Maybe I have to actually go ahead and plant some flowers. I did try using the fan palm, which does not look good here. Maybe I do have to go ahead and buy some shrubs, which I desperately need right now. As for the fan palm, it's gonna be right there. Now, since I didn't have all the items that I really needed to decorate this museum, I was actually struggling a bit over here. But I do have a swinging bench, which is an item that I could actually use. Probably not here, but I definitely can actually use it. There we go. This is a really good place for the swinging bench. It does not actually block the museum, but actually covers up the path behind it, which is what I was going for. Sometimes I really think that if we do have a couple different items in our bucket, it's much easier to kind of place them, visualize how it actually looks, and see if it actually works with the design that you're going for. Definitely that's what I did with that swinging bench right there. As for this area right next to the fountain, I'm really not sure what to do. Instead of the fan palm which I had before, I went with this floating biotope planter. I think that will look much better. Also, by the way, I did actually customize it to have the brown color. It also comes in the white and blue design pot, which looks like a ceramic china pot, but I think this one looks much better. Right here I also moved out the tree, the sapling which I had actually put today, as I wasn't really sure it would actually grow at the edge, which I have seen is pretty common at this point, so I'm just gonna go with this. Now that's all the decoration I'm gonna do in front of the museum for this episode. I mean, it's almost done. I just have to wait for those trees which I did plant at the end to completely grow and then decorate around it. I'm also gonna make some changes to the pathway that's gonna lead to the museum. Just gonna move out the trees. Now that that is completed, I think the only other thing left for me to do is go ahead and check out the shop. After all, I really didn't get a chance to actually step into it and see all the items. Here we are. Alright, I definitely need this one. I think it's a printer. Yep, it's the copy machine, which is very helpful. I think I'll be able to place this one in my main room. As for the other items, I already have them, so I don't really have to buy them again. Right here, I'm actually visiting the Resident Services building. If you're wondering why I'm visiting it again, this is actually the next day. I did actually time travel in between because I had to buy some items. And it seems like someone has left the island. I'm not sure which villager this one is, but I do have a bamboo stool. I'm guessing it's Ken, but I'm not really sure. Either way, since I did skip out a couple of days in between while getting the items that I needed, I lost my bonus, so we are back to 50. You know what, one of these days I will definitely try to get the bonus up to 300. Alright, nothing new in Nook shopping, so I guess that's all. I'm just gonna go ahead and order some items from the catalog and get them ready for the next episode. While I was casually visiting Able Sisters, I realized that I completely forgot about decorating this part of the cliff. As you can see, it has no dirt patch or any other item I was planning to place here. I might have to come back here offline or in the next episode to go ahead and get this one completed. I think I might have to cut down this tree right here as well, as it is blocking the fountain. I'll do this one soon. Definitely forgot about this, and I would have never realized it if I didn't come back here to buy some more clothes. Anyway, that's all I had for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to support me more on Patreon, check out the links in my description. And I'll see you guys in the next one.